Alright, Shalom. This is Brother Yeramia coming again with a lesson regarding Quest Forever, the YouTube account. In the spirit, I believe it's an Edomite, but the spirit will have to tell. Salakia. Anyways, I made another video, a mobile phone edition, as a prelude to this video which I'm currently making right now, and for whatever reason it wasn't going up. Maybe the Lord set it up, or the Lord did set it up that way, whereby it wouldn't go up. So I'll quickly explain that this individual on I believe I have the video here, it's on screen. Oh, by the way, this is a on-screen lesson, trying out something new, because I do the laptop editions, I do the mobile phone impromptus, which are more frequent, and now I'm gonna introduce doing screen videos, so you can see whilst hearing the audio. Anyways, this is the video which I'd uploaded. It's called 2nd Ezra chapter 16. It was a brief overview of that chapter. Okay, now we go down now, and this individual here, Quest Forever, okay, they said, I'm gonna go into it, but pretty much they came up against this truth, so obviously cursed him out, or whoever this user is, and pretty much I read through the spirit that the Lord made this person do that for edification's sake, because when we respond, this response video, and for Quest Forever, if you're watching this response video is not for you. Are you involved? Yes. Are you a catalyst? Yes. But is it for you? No. This is for the edification, because maybe the spirit wants these topics to be brought out. Okay, so the Lord just used you as a stepping stone, and now that He's used you, He's going to destroy you, and I've told you that. So anyways, I put up the video of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, excuse me, and this Quest Forever, stupid name, said 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse 38 completely and blasphemously contradicts 1 Corinthians 15:23. Which one is wrong? Now, I've given my response here. You can probably read it because it's on screen. If not, go to the video and it will be there. And I've broken down that they don't contradict. Okay, now I've given my response, bearing in mind up here he said which one is wrong. Now when I gave my response in terms of relating to the part of the verse that was pertaining to his question, right? Now he's asking which one is wrong. So if you're asking which one is wrong, genuinely, that means you yourself do not know it. Okay, and the responses were quite rapid. Okay, so after I gave my lengthy response, because at this moment in time I believed him to be a sincere believer who wanted to know more about this truth, and just saw something that they didn't understand, so asked which one is wrong, or what's wrong, and that's completely fine. Okay, but then as we go on, we'll see the devil, the demon. So he responds to me and says, GMS sit downs. Nope. So how can you first of all, my question is this: how can you ask somebody a question, and when they give you the answer, you say no? That's like you not knowing the color of a leaf or on a tree, and you say, excuse me, what's the color of the leaf on the tree? And that person tells you the color of the leaf is green, and then you go and say to them in response, no, it's purple. Well, what's the hell? Why the hell did you ask the question in the first place? Because even though you're asking what the color is, what is right or what is wrong, you still come and give your own idea. That means before you even ask your question, you had your preconceived ideas as to what is what. And that means you were trying to, the person you asked the question to, you were trying to catch them out. He goes on to say, give verse 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse 38. Now when you look in the Apocrypha, that's not the verse. I don't know where he got that from, but that is not the verse written in 2nd Ezra 2:38. And when I questioned him on that, he didn't respond to that, so he must know that. Then he goes on to say, bro, and listen, Hakwesset forever, you're not my bro, because I believe that you're an Edomite. And even if you appear to look like an Israelite, I still believe you're a black Edomite. And even if you are an Edomite in the spirit and I don't know of it, even if you are an Israelite in the spirit and I will never know of it, you're still a part of the 2/3. So you're not my brother, not on this side anyways. You don't call people bro, okay? Because everything you say and write is accountable. So he says anyways, bro, 2nd Ezra was written by Talmudic Jews as a means of delaying and discrediting the rebuilding of the Second Temple, as do all apocryphal books contradict the Bible. Okay, that's why Protestants removed them, and they are still included in Catholic Bibles. Okay, are you trusting the Pope, bro? You may as well join the Catholic cult if you're going to use their Bible. That's what he said to me. Okay, so first of all, and I've got some scriptures lined up, but the rest of the information which I'm gonna draw for you right now, live in the well, not live, but live as I'm doing this video. Okay, so you can see that this is the pure truth. Okay, but first of all, I'm gonna bring out some scriptures. So my question is, in this first comment, talking about the Talmudic Jews, and we don't follow the Talmud. Okay, and he's not going off on that because the Talmud is just mysticisms which go back to Satan, pretty much. Okay, and it says, as do all apocryphal books contradicts the Bible. Okay, but he doesn't know the history that at one point the Apocrypha was a part of the main Bible, and it was removed to keep our people in an enslaved mindset. Now I'm getting at the point where he says contradicts, because that's the key point. There's videos out there of the Apocrypha being removed, and when it was taken out, who by and who the Bible was written, well, translated, sorry, by. That's another topic. The main point he's saying all of that to say that the Bible or the Apocrypha contradicts the Bible, meaning the main Bible. So that's the point we're going to get at. But first of all, before we deal with that, I've got a scripture here, okay? And it says, the book of First Timothy 3 and 6, and it says, not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Now this individual here, Hakwesset forever, we can clearly see that this individual is a novice. Now let's get up. Let's get up the Blue Letter Bible and look up the word novice. Alright. Okay, I still have to select here. The Greek word is neophytos. Okay, neophytos, but I'm trying to find the actual meaning is it gonna give me? I'm sorry, this still trying to work out how to fully use the Blue Letter Bible. No Hebrew American. Okay, I was trying to get it on the Blue Letter, but it's not working. So let's go for the mainstream Google. The meaning of the word. It's currently 5:14, and by the way, I'm just saying this, that the day starts when the sun goes down, man. Okay, because we got a few feasts and so on coming up. What you Akim should know, that the day doesn't start at 12 a.m. midnight or whenever the Edomites say according to their clock. The day starts at sundown. Okay, so that period where it's still bright or light-ish and the sun's down until complete dark, that's the evening. Okay, from then on is the evening. That's the start of a new day. That's when the Passover comes in, because that's the next thing we're going into. Anyway, the word novice, it says it's a noun, a person new to and inexperienced in a job or situation. Okay, I read that again. The word novice, a person new to and experienced in a job or situation. So when the scripture says here, not a novice lest being lifted up with pride he fall into the condemnation of the devil. That means a person who's inexperienced in a job or situation. So then what's the situation we're in? We're in a spiritual warfare, hakwset forever. Okay, we're in a spiritual warfare. We're actually on a battlefield, man. And you're experienced with the job. You're inexperienced with the job. You're inexperienced with the situation which you have plonked yourself into. Okay, you just can't come up here and talk off your ass, out of your head, and think that you're gonna confound us or give us a hard time. Okay, we invite your nonsense, to be honest, because once again it brings edification for the actual sincere brothers out there. But you're a novice, so you're inexperienced on the job and you're inexperienced in the situation which you have now found yourself in. But when I say find yourself in or found yourself in, it's not that you're really in a situation, because I've made it clear in my comments that I'll no longer be talking to you. I even wrote down the joke that Apostle Tahar once said. He said, when you're dealing with a scoffer and they're disrupting the word, after you rebuke them, what do? You ignore him. Alright, so this, like I said at the start of this, sit down. This video is not for you. Don't feel entitled, don't feel appreciated, don't feel like time has been spent on you. You're just a stepping stone. Now you're under the water, drown. Okay, but the point is that, first of all, before we get into anything, you're a novice, you're inexperienced, and you're lifted up with pride. How was he lifted up with pride? Because here he is coming against the men of the Lord, and what does he say? You see here, us at Great Millstone, we give validation for everything we say, scriptural and freely spoken words, man. Because the scripture says that every word you speak, you shall be held accountable for it. Lifted up in pride. Here you come against men of the Lord, man, and you say, oh, you say, and then maybe I'll show you some stuff that might save your family's life for a little while longer than most. Excuse my French, but what the fuck can you show us, man? Okay, what the actual hell can you show us, man? Do you not know that all the brethren that teach on the highways and the byways, that put up videos being taught under their teachers, going back all the way to our apostles and our elders that taught us, do you not know that we are seasoned enough to handle you demons, man? Do you not know that we are taught from the apostles and the elders on down? But you wouldn't be able to appreciate that, man, because you're not involved in the circle. But the point being is that you're not dealing with uneducated men. Alright? You're not dealing with men that don't know what they're talking about. Okay? There's nothing you can show us, man. There's absolutely nothing you can show us. Okay? Because we know this Bible inside out. Shit, we go into secular history as well, man. Because to understand the Bible, you have to understand a bit of secular history. Okay? So there ain't nothing you can do for me concerning my salvation or my family's salvation. It goes to show you're talking nonsense for a little while longer than most. Do you think we're out here? Do you think we're out here to be saved a little while longer than most? If that was the case, I would have turned my back on this thing. Many brothers would have, in fact all brothers would have turned their back on this thing. Out there looking like a dummy in the cold, in season, out of season, when you could be doing something else. Okay, you're uploading videos just to be saved a few hours more than someone that didn't put in any work at all. Now, listen, man, us brothers love this thing so much that there is nothing better for us to do, and nothing else gives us as much joy as doing the work of the Lord. So don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, the reward is not for a little while longer than you fucking 2/3, man, and heathen, excuse my French. Okay, the reward is everlasting. The kingdom to come is everlasting. So even if I was interested in what you had to give me, I'll be turned off and put off by your last statement, for a little while longer than most. What the hell can you give to the men of the Lord, man? That is why the scripture says, okay, not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Okay, now listen, if you fall into the condemnation of the devil, what does Yahushua have to say about that? Uh-oh, not looking good, Hakwset forever. Now let's go back to that. The scripture says that lifted up with not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Now, if you fall into the condemnation of the devil, what does Yahweh say about you? The book of John chapter 8 verse 44 and 45. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. Cut. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. This is Yahushua speaking. Now let's dissect that. Let's dissect that. Verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. So you coming against this truth, trying to catch us out. Because let's go to this. This is how you know he's a damn devil. Okay. Back in the Garden of Eden, did not the devil, the serpent, the Edomite, ask Eve a question before he subtly changed what the Most High said? Did he not ask a question? He said, are you sure that you can't eat of this? Which means partake of these philosophies. Are you sure, Eve? Are you sure you can't do this? Damn well the devil knew. The devil knew, man. Satan knew. You Edomites knew what was wrong. Okay? So like this guy said, which one is wrong? Asking questions, trying to come across subtle like the damn serpent he is. But then after a lengthy response, he comes to tell me no. Meaning he had ulterior motives from the beginning. That's why it says, and that's the devil himself. Okay? That's why I strongly believe you're Edomite. And like I said, even if you look like a Israelite, I believe you're a black Edomite, man. You got the spirit of an Edomite. And the lust of your father he will do. That's what your father did back then in the Garden of Eden. And that's the lust you have fallen into, Hakwset forever. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. And likewise, there is no truth in you. Because when you asked the question, you came across as if you were sincere. Fake truth. Then when we get down here, you're trying to tell the prophets of the Lord what's going on. So there's no truth in you from the beginning, man. There is no truth in you. Okay? So you have abode not in the truth. Okay, because there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. So what you've done here is nothing that's not of you, it's of your own, man. Okay, for he's a liar and the father of it, man. Because you didn't really have a sincere question, you had ulterior motives to try and question the men of the Lord, man. So once again, before I'm done with this scripture, 1 Timothy 3:6, not a novice, which is you have questioned forever, lest being lifted up with pride he fall into the condemnation of the devil. So that's what you've done, man. That's exactly what you've done. Okay, right? So where are we going from here? And you can see this is a person that knows a little something. This is the main scripture, man. This is the main cut, not a novice. 1 Timothy 3:6, because here you can see he knows a little something. Prophecy, it's coming, it's bad for everyone. For the resurrection and rapture, then wrath, then the second. But he gets it mixed up, man, because you ain't got the 100% understanding. That means if you ain't got the 100% understanding, it's like you got 0, man. Let me just, I'm sorry, give me a second. Alright, okay, so now he says, because here at Great Millstone we teach that salvation is for the elect, 144,000 and the 1/3 predestined to be saved, both groups included. Now he says, Salakia, I'm sorry, let me just try and find this. So he says, now he says, let's just move this here. He says here, Revelation 7:1-8, Israel sealed first, and Revelation 7:9-17, a great multitude which none could count. Okay, now, okay, let me just get this. Let me just get that scripture. Daniel, line that up there. That'll be the next cut. Revelation. So let's go back to his comment now. He says Revelation 7:1-8, Israel sealed first. So let's go to that. Right, put that over here. So that can. Right. Revelation 7, chapter 1. After these things I saw, this is the Apostle John, after he was exiled to the island of Patmos. All the other apostles had been put to death, but he was kept alive to receive the final revelation. And to say his name in the Hebrew, Lashon Kadash, Yehochanan. Alright, and it's good to know these things. Anyways, Revelation chapter 7 verse 1, because brothers got to practice that Hebrew, man. Revelation 7:1. After these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor sea, nor on any tree. That's the destruction which is being held back, which very soon will be unleashed. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice, the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads, the elect. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there was sealed 144,000 of all tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah, Yehoiada, were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben, which is Rehoboam, were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Shemaiah, which is Simeon, were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Yahusat, Joseph was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin, which is Benjamin, were sealed 12,000. And lo, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried aloud with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Right. So he ain't going off there, because he says 12,000 from each tribe. Now those 12,000 from each tribe are the elect men of Israel. What are they doing right now? Right now, those are the men on the highways and byways uploading videos across the four corners of the world, pushing this truth of the Israelites. Okay, those are the elect. Okay, what this guy is failing to understand, let's get that scripture. What this guy is failing to understand is this. Now let's go back to him. Fucking idiot. He says, Revelation 7, chapter 7, verse 9 to 17, a great multitude which none could count, of all nations, tribes, tongues, and peoples under heaven. And he says, I only count 144,000 Israelites. Well, yeah, you dummy. Okay, because according to the scriptures in the book of, and this is how we know you ain't got the tech, you ain't got that understanding where the scripture says to bounce around and get information from different places. Because I guarantee you probably only believe the information about the end is in the book of Revelation. Do you know there's stuff prophesied about the end that comes out of Genesis, which means the beginnings, Barashayah? You don't know that, man. You're not ready. You're too deep in, man. You're gonna drown. The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 8. O Lord Yahweh, to us belongeth confusion of faces, to our kings and our princes and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. Read that again. O Lord Yahweh, to us belongeth confusion of faces. So your average Israelite, let's say you're Judah, you're Benjaminite, you're Levite, they have, and we're not black, okay, we're not black, we're different shades of dark brown. Okay, well, ranging from light to dark brown, but mainly dark brown. Okay, now scripture says Ephraim is a cake unturned, man. So because of their sins, when you say if you have a cake, you don't turn it, one side will be burnt black like Judah, and the other side will be very light brown like the Ephraimites, the Issacharites. Alright, because, and some of Zebulun, because that's the way the Lord has set it up, man. So you got Israelites, you can't, that's why we cancelled that term. We never really used it, and for those that did, we cancelled that term. Black Hebrew is, we're not black Hebrew Israelites, we're Hebrew Israelites of different shades of brown. And right now in this time, according to Daniel 9 and 8, to O Lord Yahweh, to us belongeth confusion of faces, because you have Israelites scattered all over in every single continent, in every single country, mostly every single country, but every single continent, every single corner of the earth, you have Israelites scattered. And that's a part of those curses, because the Lord said that he will scatter the Israelites. Okay, so we're in all nations. So don't come with, if you ain't black, you're not an Israelite. No, okay, in the salvation will be changed in the twinkling of an eye according to scripture, and our pigment will be returned unto us, because scripture says that a light pigment or lack of pigment is leprosy. Okay, so our pigment will be returned to us. But right now, when some brothers have a lack of pigmentation, it doesn't mean that their bloodline and stock doesn't go back to the nation of Israel. Confusion of faces, that means you're going to have Israelites looking like Chinese because they were brought up in China, and their dad has to be an Israelite, but their mother might not be. Okay, you got, and the same goes for every country. You got Israelites in Germany, you got Israelites in Uganda, Nigeria, Ghana, all over the Caribbean. Okay, you got these different Israelites, man. You got Israelites looking like straight up Edomites, man. We got listen, man, we got Israelites in GMS that look like fucking Edomites, man. Alright, but does their spirit bear the spirit of an Edomite? No, hell no. Their spirit bears the spirit of a straight up Israelite, man. Okay, so does it mean they can't be a part of the camp, or does it mean they're not Israelite because they're not dark brown? No, because it's confusion of faces. You got Israelites that look like Chinese people, that look like Hawaiian people. Alright, you got even got Israelites that look like Hamitic people, man. Okay, so here in let's get that again, because he said, let's go to him. He said in verse 9 now, and a great multitude of all nations, tongues and peoples. Yeah, you dummy, because after the you're gonna have people that's a part of the 1/3, because apart from the elect 144,000, you're gonna have another 1/3 of Israel that's gonna be saved. But that group is gonna be brought through the fire. Let me just get it, since I've said it now. Here in Zechariah chapter 13 verse 9, and now this is the Lord speaking, Yahweh, and I will bring the third part through the fire, which means through the tribulation, okay, through the wars, World War III, through the famines, through martial law, right, through being terrorized about getting a chip, all of these things to come. Okay, that's the fire. So the Lord says, I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. Okay, they shall call on my name. So there's going to be a number of people that not necessarily weren't doing the works, but they believed in the works. That could be who? That could be the helps, because the scripture talks about helps. People that aren't in the camp, but they helps. They believe and they contribute to the ministry. That could be your children. Okay, if they're quite young or below the age of puberty, that could be your children. That could be that also is your wife and your children. Okay, or your wives and your children, and the other people that believed. They weren't necessarily active, but they were sincere believers, because it wasn't their lot to be an active person, but they believed in their heart and they contributed where they could. Alright, that is the 1/3 that is brought through the fire. So when you teach your sons and your daughters, listen son, listen daughter, the name of the Lord ain't Jesus, okay, because that don't mean anything. The name of the Lord is Yahweh Shemiel Shai. So when stuff gets serious, call on the name Yahweh, call on the name Yahweh Shai. Okay, that little child will remember that, and when they grow up, when they're being brought through the fire, you as a man of the Lord, they'll remember as their father that you said, Daddy said call on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Same with your wife, same with the helps, same with all the people that were surrounding the ministry. And I will hear them, because that was their lot. And I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So Yahweh Allah, Yahweh the power, is going to bring this 1/3 through the fire. Now it just so happens that you got Israelites scattered. So you're going to have these people from all around the world, Chinese people, Indian people, Somalian people, looking people, Edomite looking people, calling on this name, but their stock goes back to the stock of Israel. Why? And why do they look like that? Because according to Daniel 9 and 8, oh Lord Yahweh, to us belongeth confusion of faces. Alright, to our kings. So you're going to have kings that look like heathens, but they're Israelites. To our princes, you're going to have princes that look like kings, that look like heathens, but they're Israelites. to our fathers. I just gave that example. You're going to have fathers and children that look like heathens, but they're Israelites, because we have sinned against these. So the reason why the Lord took away our features is because we sinned against him. So going back to Revelation from verse 9, verse 9, and this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations. Why of all nations? Because they're scattered in all nations, confusion of faces, according to Daniel 9 and 8, and kindreds and people and tongues. So the Chinese man ain't gonna be speaking Hebrew, alright? Because shit, the elect weren't speaking Hebrew. The elect don't speak Hebrew. We rehearse it. You have certain brothers that can speak it fluently, certain brothers that do know, well, we all know it a bit here and there, but we all stutter in it. Most of us spoke English. Okay, so why is it that the Chinese confusion of faces, 1/3 man has to speak Hebrew? No, that's why it says tongues. He's going to speak Chinese, alright? The other 1/3 is going to speak Indian if he's from India. The other 1/3 is going to speak Bulgarian or German or French if they're from Europe. But essentially their stock and line and heritage goes back to Israel. That's why you will find these Israelites in all nations, in all kindreds, in all peoples, in all tongues, and they stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes and palms in their hands, and cried aloud, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, unto the Lamb. These are the people that also have the song of the 144,000, man. So they will be saved. It's just that this 1/3 group will be brought through the fire. So let's go back to the novice scripture. Hakwesep forever. Once again, you're a novice. Why? Why are you a novice? Let me go and validate that. Where is it? Here. Because you said that a great multitude which none could, of all nations. You don't understand the people in all nations. You don't understand the people in all tribes. You don't understand the people in all tongues. So if you only count 144,000, yeah, because that's what it says and you can read, but for you to get the spiritual understanding of the rest of the group, you're not going to get it, my guy. You're not going to. And you're there being proud once again, being sarcastic. Uh-oh, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Probably not many hip-hop or whole Esau haters in that group, okay? Yes, they will hate Esau, man, because they would have remembered the doctrine which they heard. You are so stupid, man. You are very, very stupid, my guy. And it's a shame that you had to do this to you. Well, the Lord made you do it. It's a shame that you were chosen to be an idiot, man. Okay. So anyways, he gave some bullshit comments, and I replied to him, well, because he's trying to say he can give me information to help me stay alive for a little while longer. I said to him, LOL, if I am a part of the elect, my household under me will be saved forever. Now my household under me would be my wife and my children. That's if I had children. Okay. So with all due respect, I think I'll decline your info that can save me for a little while longer. See, I put it in quotation marks. Why? Because us men of the Lord are in this for eternity, baby. LOL, okay. We won't be responding to you. And that's the point I brought out earlier. We ain't going to respond to him anymore. But we're in this for eternity, because for our kingdom coming is an eternal kingdom. So that we don't need no nonsense that's going to potentially save us for just a little while. We're in this to be saved eternally forever and rule as kings and judges and priests forever, righteously, under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and under King David. Okay. And then he goes on to say, you don't know that he's speaking damnation unto himself, man. He says, okay, I didn't know you had a death wish to die quickly at the hands of brutal men, to watch your family butchered by brutal men, your own people. So this guy, he knows a little bit what's going to happen, but he don't understand that if he ain't with this program, his program is going to see his head chopped off. So all these brutal men and family being butchered, he don't understand that he's speaking and prophesying over himself. Because if you ain't with this truth, you do not have the mark of Thawar, which means exempt from judgment, which means you're going to get the wrath and judgment of the Most High Power Yahweh. Alright. So this guy has just proven himself, man. Those are the comments. I think I've gone through the majority of them. And he was having a problem. He was just talking some nonsense about, yeah, how should I be in the first fruits and whatnot, which we teach, because he was Adam. So I'm just gonna go for it for the sake of going through it, for edification's sake. This is 1 Corinthians 15:23, but I'll start from 22. For as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. Now, a lot of you people don't understand that, because there's reincarnation in the scriptures. Adam is Yahweh.